Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm making something that is going to be from all of this paper, and I have started off with some Tim Holtz tissue paper. Now I've taken two pieces and between it I have sandwiched a file folder, so you can see the file folder there, and then I've just sewn around the edges of it. It's a little bit crinkly because I've sewn it. Maybe I should have stuck it instead of sewing it, but I guess over time it'll be fine. So I've got all these other stuff that I'm going to make something out of. I just want something small and a bit sort of grungy as well, so I'm going to have to dye some of this because it's not terribly grungy at the moment. So this is going to be my cover, and then inside I've got some other things. I've got some journal paper. This is just from an old journal book that I've picked up at an op shop, and it's a bit long, so I am going to have to cut it off, or maybe I'll tear it off. So tear that off there, that should be enough. Perfect. And I also have some paper. This is from the Reader's Digest, one of the Reader's Digest books that I've been using for various things, and this side's actually gorgeous. It's got this lovely colour on it, and I like the contents and the font that's used, so I'm going to use those two as well. I think they'll be fine. Might be a tiny little bit too big. I think it'll be fine. And I'm really just folding them in half like that. And then the next layer, I've got some tea-dyed papers, so I want to put them in there, and also some of these more tea-dyed papers here. I will have to cut those down. They fit lengthways, but obviously height-wise they need to come down to 5.5 inches, so I have to chop them. And a little bit of this paper. I just found this in the drawer, and I wondered if I could just rip this off and use it. It's already got a great patina, so I don't think I need to do anything else to it. And also I think that's going to fit. I may just have to trim the edges off that, which is a pity because I don't really want to. Never mind. And also I've got this, which is an old commercial typing tablet. I found this in a vintage shop last year, and I haven't really used any of it, but it's just gorgeous. I remember these from when I was first working. This is what we used. So it's pretty amazing. So I think I'll use some of this in here. It's standing up quite well considering it's quite old now, I would think. And it is going to be a little bit too big as well. Let's just tear this one down too. Probably about there. I don't know if I want to tear this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll fold it up and create a pocket by doing that. And then I'll fold it in half. Gosh, it's been cool lately. Even today, the sun's been shining all day, but it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so now it's starting to get quite cool. And I also have these things. So I've got some tags. This is a what do you call them? A repair tag. Couldn't think of the name. A guest check, and a little piece from a shorthand book. So it's just a bit of paper from that. That can go in here just as it is. But these ones I want to put some colour on them first before I do anything else with them. Unfortunately, I have broken my spray bottle, and I was out at the scrapbooking shop this morning and meant to get myself a new one. Totally forgot, didn't I? Anyway, we'll just have to suffice with some water that's in this bottle. I've just put down some walnut crystals onto my messy mat here. Now I'm just going to see about mixing it around, and might as well use my hand. I don't want to mix it too much. I want to get some variation in colour. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we'll see. I'll start with this one. It's okay. And then I've got, this is a time card, so it's just blank on the back, and then on the front it's, you know, from the punch cards, it's got that on it. Dip some of that in there too to get some colour on it. I could use all these as they are, but I really wanted to get like a more grungy sort of look on everything, so I'll just put this down on this side. And then finally I've got the guest check. Get more water down, it might sort of activate some of those crystals that are left, particularly the ones that are on my finger. I'll just get some colour getting back on the board here. Because you could use tea for this, or coffee, or even ink. It's just that I had the crystals, I thought I'd use them again. I have to let that dry, and I think that they will all be fine once they've dried. And just while I let those dry, I could hit them with the heat gun, but they may dry without it, so I'll see how I go. And now I've got this all over here too. Hang on, still got stuff on my fingers. Just before I go on, I just wanted to show you what I'm going to try and use now. So I've only just got these two, and they are the Tim Holtz Sizzix Thinlits, these ones, and they create patterns. I actually saw somebody using them on YouTube, and I will get the link and put it in the description once I go back and find out who I saw. I don't think they're actually using them. I think they use them in something or other. So I had them in my local scrapbook shop the other day. I saw them. Actually, I rang them up and asked them, and they said they had them, so I went out and got them. And I haven't yet used them because things have just happened in the last few days and I haven't had a chance to get onto them. But they're all separate dies. So this one here, then they create patterns on the paper, at least that's the idea. And then this one's got the lost and found, and the, I'll pull it out so you can see it as well. This has got the lost and the found, and then the alphabet is all in one thing. It's alphabet and numbers all in one thing, and it looks like some of them are going to punch through and some aren't. Yeah, because see, only parts of it are punched through. That's really interesting, isn't it? I'll have to give that a go. Maybe not today. And then it's got the pointy finger, and then the pluses, as I call them, and then these numbers all the way across, 1 through 9 and then 0. So that's that one. So I'm going to run some of these papers that I just put in here through the cutter with these and see what we get. Okay, let's look at these results. So I have had to dry these off a bit, but I love the way they've turned out. The splotches on them are beautiful, aren't they? I like that sort of thing. And here's this one, and then the guest check. Guest check's a little bit damp still, but it'll be fine. And then I got those dies and I ran them through my cutter. Now I've done a few of them, so I'll show you what I've done. This one here, and I think what I'd like to do is I want to chop this off a bit, but I'm not sure how well that's going to hold up, so I might have to just leave that one. That's like a honeycomb effect. And then here is the one with the letters on it, and you can see that some have punched through and some have not. Put it up to the camera so you can see that a bit better. So you can see some punch through, that's a better angle, and that's very cool. I don't know if it's meant to be like that. They're coming out, it's just that on that particular die not all of them seem to be punched through, but maybe they are meant to be, because now they're coming out. Okay, it's just maybe because it was brand new and I haven't used it before. So there you go, that's that die, which is very cool. And then this is the one with the triangles, or the diamonds, not triangles, on it. So that's that one. And I did another one here. Which one did I do? This one. This one here with like the meshy bits on it. But I do think that I'm going to just pull this apart a little bit so that it's not quite so, that the edge of it's not quite all the way on it. So I'll see about just ripping this off. Just rip this edge off here. Okay. And that's all that I've done, so I will put it together now because it's going to be quite chunky. I mean, it's only tiny little journal. Of course, now the problem is I've got all these little letters and things everywhere. Okay, got rid of some of them. Let's put it together. So with this one here, I thought a pocket would be good, and maybe I can put one of these little tags in this pocket. That'll go in there. I'm going to leave the string on. I wish I'd dyed the string now, but maybe I can run that through my ink and get some colour on there. So that'll go in there. Just get some glue and stick this down. I'm going to sew through the centre, so I don't need to put glue on this side. I just have to put glue on the two outside pieces. I'm just going to put one row of stitching right down the centre, because I think that will be the easiest thing to do. This paper is very light, so it doesn't need a lot of glue on it. And see, what did I put next? I might put this one next. Actually, I think I'll do it the other way, this way. Oh no, I'll leave it the way it was. Okay. And then here's this one. Maybe I'll put one of these through here first, and then this one. And I've got the little, tiny little page from the little shorthand book. And I might have to add some in here because now I've got too many that are got cutouts on them. In fact, I might move this cutout so it is on up the top here, so we get some variety in where those things have come out. Really nice, I really like that. Okay, that one can go there, and then this one I will put down the bottom here. Now with the time card, I think I'm going to fold it and put it in the centre. Fold it in half, put it down here, and that one's going in the pocket. And then with these two, I may, I wonder what I can do with this one. Maybe I'll catch it in the centre as well, so it's only on one side as I'm sewing through. Let's see. I'll put it in here. Okay, so it'll just be on one side, and then on the other side you'll see that part of it. And the guess check, I'm going to put this guess check. not quite sure what I want to do with that. I do want to be able to write on the back of it though. It's got lines on the back of it. You can still see them even though I've covered them with ink now. I guess that I can put that in there as well. It's going to stick up a bit though, isn't it? Maybe I have to do the same thing. I have to put it so it's like this. Okay, now fold all that up and I'll go and pop that through the machine. I don't think it's too thick, it should go through. Okay, so I've sewn that through and let's see how it all went. Pretty good on that side. There's the guest check, a little bit crooked, but oh, they're a bit crooked too, but it is what it is. That is too. Okay, I'll just have to learn to live with that, I think. Table of contents. There's my little pocket, so that's got to go in there. This one, there's the cover, and then on the back we've got that little one. That's lovely, I really like that. That's been fairly quick and easy to pull this together. I just need to put a little bit more on it, I think, so I'm just going to go and hunt for a few more things. I've pulled out the dies, so these are my cut with my dies that I own, and I've also got an old train ticket there, but I want to use some of these because sometimes I just sit down and cut a whole bunch of stuff out, and of course then I put them away and then I forget that I've put them away. So I need to use some of them. So I've got some, these are from the ticket die, these ones, and then I've got some with the slotted stitch slots, I think this is called, this die. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put some of these in here. That one would look nice in there, I think, in terms of the tones. Let's see where I'm going to put this one on. This one down here, and then I'll pop some tickets and things in it. So this one is actually upside down, but I wanted my clocks up the right way, so I've left it upside down, and then I'll get some of these other little tickety things and I'll pop in there, and hopefully that will stay because I've stuck the bottom one. That's probably a bit too brown, there's no contrast there. Put this green one in, and now I've got, what else? What else have I got? I've got this one, I'll put this one in too. And I have a pocket here that I need to deal with too. Maybe I could pop some of these little tickets in here too. And that one I'm going to stick down on the bottom here because it'll give this a bit of colour and character. Before I do, I'll just poke the little holes out. When I punched them, I didn't finish poking the holes out of them. Okay. Then I'll pop that little vintage ticket in there as well, so it's got a bit of a mixture around it. I think that's pretty good. I may end up putting some more stuff in it. I also have to work out how I want to close it. Oh, I think maybe just some seam binding, and also whether I want to cut the edges of that paper off. I don't think I do. I think it just wanted to go, you know, if it goes all crushed, I'm fine with that. I really think I am. Now I'm thinking I'll take that ticket I just popped in here and I'll stick it on the front here. Just saw that the front needed something. And I think this will stick to that. Pascoe Vale. It's a weekly ticket between Pascoe Vale and Port Melbourne. If you're not in Australia, those places, I guess, are down in Victoria or New South Wales. They're certainly not in Queensland. And I'm assuming Port Melbourne means into Melbourne. Yeah, somebody will tell me if I'm wrong, I'm sure. And I'm just going to tie it up with some string. Just found this in my stash. Thought that would be a good thing to tie it up with, and that would be the end of it. So I guess if you're looking for something that's quick and easy, like maybe you've got something, need a quick gift for somebody or something like that, then this is quite quick and easy to do, literally. Even if you didn't do the die cut pieces out, it would be even quicker. And then you get a little booklet that you can give to somebody. So I hope you enjoyed that. And this is Deborah. Thanks for watching. Cheers.